Hello, this is Tim from Tyke's Best Friend. I've actually had a piece of scripture going through my head a lot over the last, couple of weeks. It's found in Philippians. It's in chapter 3, and it's verse 17. Let me read it to you. It says, "Join with others in following my example, brothers, and take note of those who live according to the pattern we gave you." Now that's actually a great verse for many, many reasons. But this idea of pattern of living, stuck in my head. And then something happened. Well, something happens a lot, actually, and I just finally noticed it. I was at home. The boys were doing whatever it is the boys do. You know, I have two children, two young ones. One's 5, one's 2. And the eldest barked at the youngest. And by bark, I mean he yelled at him. Now, not a long yell. It wasn't just screaming off the top of his head at him. No, he barked at him. Just to get his attention. "Roar! Jonathan! Darren!" He barked. Now guess where he learned that from? He learned it from me. It has been my pattern of interaction with my boys since each of them were born. And I've become greatly saddened about that. They have learned to bark at each other, to yell, to get each other's attention from me. Now, I have a prayer group that usually meets on Tuesdays. Sometimes we don't, depending on the situation. And one of the guys, just in talking about his family and his kids, he was talking about when he talks to his son and he's getting serious with him, and his boy knows that he's about to get in trouble, it's when he gets very quiet. He gets very silent when he talks to him. Like, son, you need to understand now. The very opposite from what I've done with my boys. And I lately have been trying that with my children. Instead of yelling at them, instead of yelling to get their attention, instead, I lower my volume. I enunciate the consonants a little bit more. My eldest son is named Darren. So I'll say, "Darren, doll, come here." And I found that they've actually reacted more quickly to my commands or whatever the concern is than if I'd barked at them. If I'm barking at them, if I'm yelling, if I've raised my voice, if I project my voice, I might have to say it 3 times before they even look up at me. So I want to start a new pattern in my kids' lives. I don't want them to grow up yelling at each other or other people. That is not always the best way to handle the situation. And so far, they've been learning their pattern of living from me, their dad. So again, this is Tim, Tyke's Best Friend. Let's try not to bark so much at each other. And I'll tell you what, I'll do my part. Thanks. Bye.